Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our trading room. Hang on here a second. We'll do the screen share. All right. Just looking at the overnight or yesterday's session, I should say. You can see we ended up with this doji style bar and relatively strong volume for such a small bar. Remember, volume is a relative indicator. We like to see small volume on small days, big volume on big days. And of course, we've been watching this or anticipating a retest after this recent breakout. So we'll see. I think yesterday's low is going to be significant. It's a long ways away, of course, given where we're trading right now. But if the market gets below yesterday's low, I think there's a very good chance that we're going to see that retest of the breakout zone. All right, let's put that away. Currently, we got a little bit of a sideways drift going on. The overnight very quiet. This is the whole overnight session right here. Great big sideways channel. The Asian session, very, very strong. And it seemed like most of that unfolded rather quickly. So pretty quiet for about 5-6 hours. Then all of a sudden, boom, something sparked the market. All right, well, we'll just hold on here for a minute. Or two. Okay, a quick little trend change or early trend change signal here on the Raptor, trend change signal on the Falcon. First micro macro cross already signaled here in the Hawk. So we got a little bullishness going on. All right, and finally getting our number one signal to print. I'm a big fan of trend. I don't mind waiting for the market to establish a trend before I actually try to trade it. Nice thing about trend is once you have a trend, you can anticipate a pullback. Pullbacks are always a great opportunity to get into a trending market. Hey, way to go, Ray. Ray says I took the Eagle Long signal at 9:36 a.m., so just a few minutes out of the open. That one right there. Got my $100. My day is done. Give you a little golf clap for that. Good job. All right, a little follow through now on that number one signal. I debated doing the number one signal. It looks like it should follow through a little bit there. And I think yesterday's highs, we're kind of getting close to yesterday's highs now. So we'll see what happens when and if we can break yesterday's highs, which I believe were around 82.65. Where's my daily chart? 82.63, 63.5. Ah, here's that pullback now. So it looks like the seller is beating up on the buyers a little bit. The number one signal, though, hitting its high probability profit target before backing off. Funny how that happens. All right, dare I try? We've got ourselves a makeshift number 3 signal. It's not actually a number 3 signal because it did not reach the hard edge, right? The hard edge signal, the number 3 signal, actually has to reach the hard edge. Oh, and we're against the Bollingers too. All right, we're getting a little bit of a second push opportunity, so I may, if the market rallies, I may consider it, but not until we get above this little swing high. I may be a little bit too early for this. All right, here we go with the number 3 signal. I'm going to throw in an order now to buy this hard edge bounce. And it's going to be a little bit dicey because there's a very good possibility the market may develop into a test of the extreme at this point. So I'm not going to give them, well, this is kind of 2 swings back. Maybe I'll leave it here for now. Nope. You know what? I'm just going to give them to this first swing. If it retreats at this point, then it's probably going to make a bigger pullback. So this is all you get, buyers. Come on, get up there, you stinkers. Yeah, darn it, I have a feeling I'm still too early. So we're coming back with a number 2 signal now, which is the counter trend. A little itty bitty trend here. You know, the best place for that stop was actually way down here, but there's no way I was going to risk that much. Okay. Might have been a little bit quick on that one. Look at that. I should have left my stops 2 swings back. They came back into the hard edge. Now they're coming out with another hard edge bounce signal, another number 3 signal. Well, Ray tossing some numbers at me here. Looks like the 38% fib down at 82.50, the 50% at 82.47-ish, and he says the fair price is at 82.45. Well, that kind of explains the constipation we're seeing around this zone. Somewhere it's near the 50% level and the VWAP. Well, if they can't rally, they may actually be inclined to drift a little bit lower. We're going to get a 2-3-2 type setup here if the market continues lower. I may attempt here a short, just a short-term short, nothing too terribly aggressive. There it is.
Order submitted. Order filled.
And I am going to take it on the hash mark because this is technically counter trend-ish. Oh, come on. Got to get below this swing low. Obviously, this is where the buyers kind of stepped in. Had I left my original stops in play, I'd still be long, but, you know, still sweating the trade. Looks like I got myself stuck in a little bit of a sideways mess. Ooh, I just made the mute button before I sneezed. That was close. Yeah, Ron, thanks for reminding me here. Ron says, is this another of your counter trend trades? LOL. You always say most of your losses are counter trends, and it is true. When I go through my trading journal, the vast majority of my losing trades are counter trend trades. I guess none of us are totally immune to a counter trend opportunity. Still hanging in. It should make a half decent retest here to the short side. That's what I'm looking for. A little bit more of a pullback. Obviously, we got to get below these lows. All right, making a little progress. You got to go. In fact, I'm going to start rolling my stops again. Anything with a wick to it. We're down here at the lows. We're down here at the hard edge. Last chance. Hey, way to go, Ron. Ron says I took it a little early and scalped 7 ticks. Nicely done. He says I've got the patience of Job. Well, I do my best. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go to break even. I've mentioned this before, and it's certainly easier said than done, but you'll find it a lot easier to be patient with your trades if you already count the money as lost when you set up your trade. And we're almost there. Squeeze the trade a bit more. Really, you guys?
Order filled.
There we go. Oh, you stinkers.
Order canceled.
Just had to give me that little hiccup. Let's see, what did Ray say was the 50% level? 82.47 half. Well, we're pretty much right there. It looks like we're might be sparking a little buying. Oh, here we go. Got ourselves a little hard edge bounce right there. A red bar buy here on the Eagle. Now, I know it seems like I'm flip-flopping on my trades, and I suppose maybe to a certain degree I am. I was looking for another with trend opportunity, and we're going to get these kinds of opportunities as we intersect the hard edge of the cloud. Don't really have a trend line to the bottom just yet. And given how the market is kind of slow today, I think I'm just going to go for a swing target. I don't think I'm going to go for the big eagle target on this. Just cleaning up my charts here a bit. Thanks, Ron. Ron says, nice job, Eric. Anthony's saying crude oil is selling off. Show crude oil, please. You know what, Anthony? I'm not sure. I think I discontinued my crude subscription. 1 second here, though. I will see if I can still pull it up. I'm going to have to build a new chart. 1 second. Yes, I did cancel my New York market subscription. Hold on. Yeah, no, sorry, it won't let me. You know, if you guys want more markets, I can certainly um, renew the subscriptions. Most of the requests have been for either the futures or forex markets, which is why I've kind of gotten away from crude. Crude was kind of wonky the last year anyway, or last couple of years now. Not the market it used to be. Sure, David, if you can post a link, I will share the screen. I get this question a lot too. Why I only follow one market. Well, first off, if you've spent any time in the room at all, you know I'm not a multitasker. My wife will vouch for that. But I think, to trade well, you have to be able to concentrate on what you're doing, especially when you're first starting out. There's a lot of information coming at you. I think there's also each market has its own personality, even though the signals develop the same way. Markets behave differently, and I think it's to your benefit to kind of learn the idiosyncrasies of the market that you're dealing with. The mid cap, the EMD, comes to mind, which is another stock market index. It moves along the same lines as the big S&P. It will pretty much follow the Dow and the NASDAQ as well. But some of the signals work differently. For instance, here on the NASDAQ, when I get a red bar buy or a green bar sell, can't find you a nice little red bar buy. I don't pay that much attention to them. And these would be hawk signals, of course. But on the mid cap, when you produce a red bar buy or a green bar sell, which is kind of the last gasp of the market to recover the trend, you can get some really big moves off of that signal in the mid cap. And like I said, that's just kind of characteristic of the way that market is. Whereas you can see here on the NASDAQ, the red bar buys, there was probably enough to get your scalp target, but not a whole heck of a lot more. The green bar sell, there's no follow through on the NASDAQ. And yet, the mid cap, you can get crazy follow through on those kinds of signals. I followed crude for a while because there were quite a few crude traders in the room, and I would bring over a crude chart from time to time. But honestly, the last couple of years, ever since crude went from, what was it, $120 a barrel down to about $40 a barrel, it has not been the same market. Crude used to be a good day trading market, but it seems like now, not so much. Yeah, well, it's totally a personal preference. Anthony says crude is the way to go, and that's fine. Shoot, I can't. Why can't I copy that? Huh. All right, well, David was, yeah, I know. David says, I gave you a crude chart. Trouble is, I can't copy and paste your link. Oh, dear. Am I going to have to type that all out? Okay, there we go. Can't make it any larger than that, unfortunately, but yeah, nice little decline there. Number 2 signal after this sideways trading range. Now that we've broken out of the sideways trading range, look for that retest. You could already throw your just in case order to short down there. But like I said, the problem I was having with crude, it was doing a lot of this, a lot of back and forth, not trending like it used to. Crude used to be a great trending market once it settled on its direction. Oh, way to go, David. David says, just hit the green line, still in, hoping for a blue line. Way to go. Yeah, I agree with you here, Anthony. Anthony says it's a good get in, get out kind of market. Yes, that it is. If you're looking to scalp, you know, 5 ticks in crude is a hiccup. You can easily scalp $50 or $100. Slippage in crude has gotten kind of crazy though. Someone was telling, oh, I think it was Ray Burke the other day was saying that crude slippage, he was getting slipped 8 ticks. And that's a little nuts. Yeah, well done, Anthony. Anthony says he's picking up 50 ticks a day in crude. That's not chump change. Good job. Well, we're still struggling for something resembling a direction. It looks like the market's moderately bullish. But if they don't smarten up here soon, we're going to close things up shortly. I have a date with the dentist today. Woohoo! I hope she'll be gentle with me. Yeah. Yeah, Anthony's kind of speculating here a little bit, says the NASDAQ is in sell mode. 8250 is the target. Let's bring us back here to the hard edge. It's entirely possible. I'm still looking, as I pointed out at the beginning, kind of looking for the bigger retrace after the breakout, right? We get the breakout, we get the retrace. The fact that the market is up today, you know, we're probably going to see a little bit more of a rally. We can shoot a couple of trend lines this way, all of which are valid, by the way. We have a nice little accelerating trend line right here. So this is the one that's going to have the first influence, and you can see we dipped below it yesterday. It kind of woke up the buyers, probably partly why we have a rally today. And when and if we can get through this trend line, well, next stop's going to be down here. So that will also give us our retest of the breakout. So somewhere around, looks like maybe around 8,100, maybe even as low as 8,000, depending where the serious buyers are going to be hunkered down. This is where the buying began. It looks like they're kind of holding the 8,000 zone, and they're holding this zone as well. Rallied a few times off here as well. So yeah, between 8,000 and 8,100, that whole zone is going to get kind of sticky. That the daily NASDAQ chart. Yeah, and now, like you said, we're back in a little bit of a pullback. Well, we're dragging a bit again. This kind of been characteristic of the market of late. We'll hang with it for a few minutes more, but right now, not much going on. All right, gang. I think we're going to call it a day. Things kind of going a little bit sideways. If you are going to hang out and continue trading today, I do think a move back to the hard edge is feasible. I think it would offer another buying opportunity, but it also looks to me as though the market is fairly content to be moving in a little bit of a sideways fashion. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of news to spark the market right now. So yeah, be careful. All right, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow. We'll talk then. Bye for now.